Hello, Gary Hernandez here, and welcome to Cane Self-Defense with Master Gary Hernandez. In this video, I'm not going to really go over any cane self-defense techniques, but I do want to talk about self-defense and self-awareness while traveling in your vehicle. Now, we have the 4th of July weekend coming up in just a day or two. So first off, I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July weekend, and I hope everybody's going to be safe out there. Now, with that said, a lot of people are going to travel in their vehicles. And what I'm going to cover doesn't necessarily have to be for going away on the weekend or going on holidays. This could be in your everyday travels. And I'll kind of tell you what I do, and you can take it, mix it around. If you like some of the stuff, keep it and use it. If you don't, throw it away. Now, a lot of you don't know I have a day job besides my martial arts school. I work a day job Monday through Friday, and I have my karate school at nights. And my house is in one county and my job is in another. So I drive about an hour to work, and then it's about an hour to the martial arts school, and then it's 15 to 20 minutes to my house from my school to my house. So I drive basically 5 days a week, 112 miles. So I'm in my car quite a bit. And then whatever I go to on the weekends, whatever miles I put there and whatever distance. So I do a lot of driving, spend a lot of time in my car. So with that said, one of the things you want to do, I'm going to tell you kind of how I do this, especially now what's going on in the world, the way things are happening. Basically, when I get up, I look at two things in the morning. Number one, I look at the traffic report and I look at the weather report. Because since I do a lot of driving, I want to see what my travel is going to be like. Now, with the traffic report, I get a couple of things, especially today. I get knowledge of if there's any accidents, I get knowledge of construction, and if there's any major events or protesting or anything going on with those large masses of people gathering, and I may not be able to travel through that area. And with the weather report, I get an idea of how much delay I'm going to be looking at, if I need to leave early or not. So I look at those two things in the morning. And then another thing I do is I make sure I have plenty of gas for my travels. That way, if there is some mass construction or a large gathering of people, I can avoid the area. I may have to take a longer route, but I can avoid maybe a bad situation or a massive delay. So I always make sure I have plenty of gas. Now I'm going to set this down and go over some different things to show you. Again, this is not just for the 4th of July weekend. You can use this for your everyday travels, whether you're going 20 minutes down the road or you're doing like me, driving an hour to one location. Another thing I like to have in my car is a cell phone. Now I'm using mine to record this, so it's not in my hand. But I make sure my cell phone is fully charged, and I also make sure I have a way to charge it in my vehicle. So I have a car charger, or if I have a portable charger, something that's going to get my phone all charged up. Another thing I like to make sure I have in my car, especially because I do a lot of driving, is I make sure, and if something happens where I'm broke down or I'm stuck, I make sure I have plenty of water. I have a couple bottles of water, and I also have some kind of protein bar snack. Something I can eat just to hold me over if I have to be waiting. I've broken down before and had to wait an hour and a half on AAA. Because I do a lot of highway driving, and sometimes I'm not, in an area where it's easy to get to me. So I make sure I have plenty of water and I have some kind of protein bar. Another thing that I want to make sure I have is some kind of self-defense. Now, I'm not going to get into what I carry, what you should carry. As long as you have something that you can defend yourself and your loved ones with, whether you have a concealed weapons permit, knife, whatever, pepper spray, whatever you like to carry, you have something that you can use to defend yourself if necessary. Now, moving on, I like to also have some kind of a flashlight in my car, whether it's a big one or a small one. Don't mean to shine you in the face with that, because at nighttime, if something happens, I have a way to illuminate things and see what's going on. Also, signal for help if necessary, shine it in the bad guy's eyes, something like that. So I make sure I have that. Now, just in case something bad does happen, in Florida, we are 3/4 surrounded by water, and there's a lot of lakes, rivers, canals, large ditches that fill up with water, and something happens in my car and goes into one of those. Obviously, my electrical system can short out. I can't, if I can't open my door, I can't roll my window down, I need a way to exit my vehicle. So I have in my car something that will allow me to break the glass as well as cut my seatbelt. So I have a glass breaker and I have a seatbelt cutter. You don't have to have a two-in-one tool like this. You can have for your seatbelt, simple knife. It doesn't have to be a big knife. It could be a smaller, Swiss Army knife. Anything you can use to cut the seatbelt off you and then try to exit your vehicle. Again, you don't have to have a special glass breaker. You can have a tactical pen. Anything that's going to be solid, pointy enough that you can break the window. Now, I don't suggest trying to go through the front or back windshields. I would try to go through the sides. They're smaller, easier to break. Don't try to hit the center. Try to hit one of the corners. They're going to break easier that way. And with that said, I suggest that you have some kind of a towel so you can actually wrap it around, have yourself nice and safe. So when you shatter the glass, I'm not saying you're not maybe going to get cut, but less likely to get severe cuts because you're protecting yourself. Now, if you notice, this one's bright orange. I keep very, very colorful ones in there because not only for, breaking a windshield or having to maybe, wipe some stuff up or something, I can signal with it. I literally can do two things. Number one, it's nice and orange. I can signal for help. Let's say I can't talk real good. Something happens and I'm trying to wave somebody down. If they're even further, I can take my cane, take my bright orange flag, and I can either tape it, rubber band it, paracord, electrical tape, and if I don't have any of that, I can use my shoelaces, tie it around there, and I'll get back so you can see how high we can go. I can be kind of far away, and I can be signaling somebody with a bright orange cloth or a yellow cloth or something, neon, something that's going to draw attention and maybe get some help because maybe I can't yell and maybe my phone is down. So that's going to help as well. Now also, I like to carry, in case something happens, I have a first aid kit in my vehicle. You never know. It's always good to have them, especially if you have kids. Cuts, bruises, scrapes. Now, last but not least, I like to carry in my vehicle, and they make these for the car. Mine's in the trunk. I forgot to pull it out for this video, so I took the one off my school wall. Fire extinguisher. They make them smaller, trust me, for your car. Now this has a lot of benefits. Number one, obviously, first and foremost, put out the fire that's under my hood. Or if somebody else has a fire, I can try to help them, or, so I can always put a fire out. Number two, if I do have a large amount of people coming at me, I can kind of and maybe get a chance to get away. Number three, there have been people in the media lately throwing Molotov cocktails at vehicles. So if my car happens to get hit and I'm having to drive away and I still got some fire going on the hood or there's something, I can get out and put it out, hopefully, with the fire extinguisher. And then, last, if you have any kind of AAA, any kind of roadside service, you want to have something with you. So those are kind of things to have real quick, for not just the holiday weekend in your travels. Just a quick recap. I want to plan my travels, know what my roads look like, what's going on in my area, what am I going to drive into if I can. I want to make sure I have a full tank of gas. I also want to make sure I have my cell phone in a way to keep it charged. I want to make sure I have some kind of self-defense device with me, whatever I can use. I want to make sure I have maybe some waters and a protein bar if necessary. If I break down, I'm waiting long periods of time. I want to make sure I have a first aid kit. I want to make sure I have a flashlight that I can use to illuminate if I need to see at night. I want to make sure I have a way, some kind of a small cutting device to get my seatbelt off me, and something to break my window to get out of the car. Also a towel that I can signal with or use to wipe stuff up, or even use with the first aid kit. And some kind of roadside service isn't a bad thing to have. And also some kind of a small portable fire extinguisher for different needs if necessary. So kind of kick that around, see what you guys think about stuff like that. Also in the comments, let me and let this is a YouTube channel, let us know if there's something I missed that you like to carry that would be beneficial for people in their travels. It's always a good thing when we're helping each other like that. So I'd love to hear what you guys carry in your travels in case, whether it's for a first aid need that I might have missed. First aid, I also have a good tourniquet in there in case I need it. If it's not first aid, something maybe for you have kids. I did miss one thing. I'll throw it out there real quick since I said kids. Especially when you're traveling, make sure you have whatever medication you need to travel with for you and your loved ones. But let us know. Tell me and tell everybody else if I missed something. Put it in the comments what you might want to put in your daily travels to help better safely get you to your destination. So hopefully this tip helps. Like I always say, make it yours. Gary Hernandez, thank you. Everybody have a safe, happy 4th of July. And I look forward to seeing you guys real soon. Bye.